So please welcome Emma. Hi, Emma.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Good to see you. I hope you see us.
Yes, I do, actually.
Yeah, it is actually amazing. Dear audience, please meet Emma Olbers. Emma Olbers is one of our amazing furniture designers in Sweden. And just to give a little bit of a background of you, Emma, you graduated just before the millennium.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. And
just a few years before 2000.
Yes, and then you already from the beginning decided to go for. I'm saying that because you went to Beckmans at one point, and I thought, oh, fashion and interior, but you were determined to do your interior furniture journey.
Yes, yes, actually from the start, I went to interiors class or school.
So it's so amazing because when we spoke, there were some things that caught my mind. Like you said, I like to do things simple and short, so I need to have control of everything. And one thing that you really want to have control of, which has been with you the last over 20 years, is the question of sustainability. Can you tell me a little bit about your thinking before we show some slides?
Yeah, I guess it's... you said it has been with me for a very long time, and it might has to do with that I'm grown up on a farm, actually not very far from Gothenburg. Yeah. I don't know, but maybe it's the closeness to nature, and you can see the difference in how things grows, but you also know how much energy you actually need to put into feeding a cow, growing a tree, or doing crops. And I think that has made, it might be my start.
Yes, I think you're right. It's with your, if you say it's with your in your genes, so to say. If I start your presentation, because I have followed you, but when I met you in the furniture fair, if we can get that picture up, yeah, and maybe Emma as well, if we're lucky. It's coming. What we're doing is watching a part of this exhibition where you had the idea that you really wanted to understand what does a 1 kilo of CO2, what can I do with that? If I'm a furniture designer and I want to do a seating, how can I think? So you said this was your second exhibition, right?
Yeah, that's true. And so just like you said, I have been working a very long time, like almost since the start of the century, with sustainability. And my first exhibition was also about materials. And I guess, I don't know if you see the pictures
yet.
Yeah, okay. It has always been on materials, and my first exhibition, the Swedish Environmental Institute helped me just rank all the materials. But this time I wanted so much more to know more and feel more. Yeah. So I decided to do an exhibition and ask the question, how much material do you actually get for 1 kilo of greenhouse gases? Yeah. And here you can actually see where we met Louise at the exhibition. Yeah. And you can see all the different materials.
And you're saying CO2e. Could you explain that?
Yeah, it's a short for all greenhouse gases and how you measure them. So it's for it's like 6 of them, methane, ozone, and carbon dioxide. So it's so you can count all the greenhouse gases
and make things comparable. I've understood during our conversations, comparability is very important. Okay, so different materials.
Yeah, so here you can actually see the different materials, and you could really tell the differences. And I actually even, because I see that you see 2 of my pictures, so you could really see the difference, like I have some here. Like for example, the leather, you got this much. It's like coaster almost. And then if in the hemp you got like it's a lot here, so it's so much more.
Yeah.
And I think it was really important for people and for myself to really see and touch the differences, and then knowing that every piece here was 1 kilo of greenhouse gases.
Yeah, it's visualized that. We will show some more pictures. But first, you were impressed by Johan Rockström, famous Swedish professor, but I think he's by the Potsdam
University.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's kind of the way I have based my methods or principles. I sometimes think it's hard when people say sustainable furniture. What is a sustainable furniture? And so on. And then I decided pretty early, I asked myself, what is the most important? And then I read a lot, and I actually read just a text from Johan Rockström that to lower the temperature is one of the most important things. And then I came across this planetary boundaries that Johan was one of the scientists designing this. And it's 9 boundaries, and it's like 9 limitations that we are supposed to be in to have a safe operating space for us humans. As you probably know, the planet will survive, but we will not. And so then in this boundaries, or this, I almost call it like a cake, one of the pieces is the climate, and it's the greenhouse gases. And it's the one I picked out there, you can see on the pictures. And just like we mentioned before, it's the greenhouse gases. And when it comes to furniture, compared to like clothing, that I understand most of you work with, and or cars, they emit, fossil cars, they emit most actually when they drive or when you put the clothes in the washing machine, compared to furniture that emit most during the production phase, period phase. And 50% of the emission, or up to 80%, but a big part of it comes from the materials. So that's why I've focused so much on materials.
So just to compare here.
Yeah, so here is different. Here was actually the Instagram post, and it's different materials and how much you got. So it's the cotton, and then is it some new type of that you can 3D print with, actually from cellulose.
Yeah, compared to...
And, and here is... The most interesting thing, I think, was just the comparison, and it was, here is on the picture is this leather piece, compared to that woven rattan, and actually for 1 kilo of emission you get this leather or that rattan that is like 6.5 meters, and it's almost like 18 seats or something for chairs. So it's really a big difference.
It's a very small chair if you want to go with the leather.
Yes, it's a very small chair. And the other one is interesting new material from US. It's something that looks like leather, but I don't know if that's the way we are supposed to talk about. I mean, I guess it will come a new word instead of leather.
Yes, well,
but you get much more of that too.
Yeah, the consequence of the 1 kilo. We're still talking 1 kilo of CO2 emission, CO2e. And again, I think it's very striking on the recycled or virgin aluminium.
Yeah. It is. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you really could see good on those pictures, and so you get like I don't know. It's like 16 times more recycled aluminum compared to the virgin one.
Yeah, and
the other picture there is actually fishing net. No, I'm sorry. It's not fishing net. It's some type of recycled plastic and virgin plastic.
Yes. But I think it's also very nice when you see this exhibition, which is still on in Malmö, if you go to Form Design Center and they can show you around. But the thing, you can hold it, and you hold a small piece in your hand, or you hold almost a kilo or 770 grams in your hand, and you get this visual idea of material impact. I think it's also helping the drive for design and product development. Obviously, we can't do a car seat in a rattan yet, but maybe in the future, who knows? To make it last. Yeah. We have other things to care for, but certainly for my kitchen, because I think this picture is showing that I have those steel chairs with rattan, but steel, but we probably need to pass them down about 40 generations. My son's got them.
This is only the materials, so it's not the production, it's the material weight, but it's one wood chair compared to one chair in metal and leather.
Yes.
And actually, so you can get that one in rattan too, but this one is in leather, one for 67 kilos.
There is a lot of, so you get, how many chairs to get of the wooden one?
It's like 100 times more, if I'm correct with the math. That's a lot of chairs. So it's 100 more, one and then 100 on the other side.
Yeah. So just to visualize the importance of, and your curiosity, Emma, which I love it. Isn't she worth an applause to do this job for us?
Thanks a lot.
Also, we are having a designer who takes her time and job to figure out what we all need on her time. I know you get sponsorship, you find the right people to help you to make this happen, but this is absolutely amazing. For me, it's very nice when things get visualized and we can touch and see and compare. And you're all thinking here, okay, so what am I going to do with my job and my collection? I can't handle this. It's just, somebody can in your production line, and somebody in your brand company can take right decisions. And we are here to visualize and to show the future, because this is about the future we are sharing here together today.